Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play 20 licks for Orange Blossom Special. Orange Blossom Special holds a very special place in old time and bluegrass fiddling. It's the tune used for showing off, and it's pretty much the only tune where there's an endless sequence with a single chord which you have to fill with whatever inventive fast train noises you can. And this video is going to be 20 different licks, well at least 20, there's quite a few more actually. Licks to fill that space. At the end I will give you a little bit of the basic melody as well, but this is mainly about those licks. So we're going to start off with your very basic train sound. So put your first finger on the E on the D string, and your also with the same finger you play a B. So one finger covering both. You slide up to it. And you can slide down as well. The timing for that, it's entirely up to you. You can do a similar thing with the first finger on the B and second finger below it on the G sharp. And you can alternate that with the E and B. So the first finger stays on like that. And as with all of these licks, you can also shuffle them. So with the first one, you can do that. You can do a double shuffle with that, which means or you can do the same with the first and third. If you've not done a double shuffle before, also called the Orange Blossom Special Shuffle or the Hokum Bow, then I suggest you stop this video right now and go to my double shuffle video, because you're going to have to learn this before you can really do most of these. Although most of them you can also play as a straight shuffle, so wherever I do a double shuffle you can also do a perfectly normal and easy shuffle. So that's your basic train, whistle and chug, and that's your number one. Now number two, let's have a look at, this is playing a seventh. So the seventh of E is a D note, and we're going to play that against an E. And that gives you a lovely discord. So you can just play that on its own, maybe with a slide. You can do something like that, just going, but against an open E. And you can do, staying on the third finger, playing that D, you can put a second finger above it. And that's another nice discordant slide. So let's just do all of those little ideas with the chords going in the background. And so on. We've already got actually almost enough to fill your 10 minutes of glory. Now let's look at the long chromatic descent, and there's several ways of doing this. If you start off with your fingers there, 1 and 3, take them up to third position. So your first finger is now playing a D note on the A string, your third finger is playing a B note on the D string. And we're going to rock between that and the A string and open E string together. That's your first step. Then we take the whole thing down a semitone, although the open E obviously stays where it is. One more step. And doing the same thing again, but with a double shuffle. We've got if you are a classical player originally, then the horrible dissonance of this may well be very offensive, but that is kind of the point. We've got a very similar movement where you start off with second finger on a G sharp, first finger on a E and a B, take it all up to third position. So we're playing a B on the top and a D and a G below it. And then we're going to take this down in steps. Or so let's do both of those with the backing. Here's the next one. Okay, now we've got another similar descending lick, but this is a much quicker one. So we're going from moving down in half steps, and we're doing it as a big triplet. So that's quite a tricky one compared to the other two, I think. Now, I spent a lot of time looking at different YouTube videos of Orange Blossom Special, of which there are very many. And one of the best ones is from Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, and she gets 4 fiddlers on stage, and they all have a go, and they all come up with very inventive licks. So the first of those fiddlers is Hunter Berry, and he does first finger on the A flat, second finger right next to it, playing an E and a B, and that's where you wouldn't expect a second finger ever to go, but that's what you do here. So we're getting, and the second finger goes with the open E. Or, incidentally, my preference is usually to go for the straight shuffle rather than the double shuffle. I mean, it's supposed to be fast and it's supposed to be frantic, but to me it just gets a bit too frantic if it's all double shuffle. Another one from Hunter Berry is a 1-3 open, 1-3 open. It's a sort of a hemiola, I think you call it, a 3 note phrase, a 3 beat phrase. And another one from the same solo. First finger on the brought upper semitone to a B flat. First finger, second finger open. Like that. And yet another one from that solo. Okay, let's do all of those together. Okay, yet another one from the same video. We have a lovely lick which you actually do at half time. It's half time to what I've written, but it's so we're starting off with a second finger on the A string, playing a C sharp with an open E, and then you put the third finger down and first finger down together, keeping your second finger where it is. And this actually works at a faster pace than most of the previous ones we've done. It doesn't really work played at the same tempo as the others. Now, one of the most entertaining videos you will see, not just for the Orange Blossom Special, but for anything, is the one by the Kempters. And you will see a 14-year-old Nathan Kempter playing the Orange Blossom Special with his family and with 3 identical Nathan Kempters, each trying to outdo one another. And it's absolutely great. It's so entertaining. And he does what I call the Skitter Bow. Where you put your first finger on the E and B and you whiz your bow backwards and forwards like that. It's a strange sort of movement. It's a bit like a chop, but it's not right at the heel and it's just sliding. And you can do that at the same time as doing an open E pizzicato with your third finger. Which is the train bell as it comes into the station, apparently. Now, because this is basically a blank palette for you to do what you want and to show off and have a bit of fun, lots of people have taken to put in quotes in here. And I've just taken a little selection of quotes. There is the Flintstones, the Sandance, Oh Susanna, the Simpsons and James Bond. So I'm going to do all of those one after the other. And the last one of those comes from Mark O'Connor, who doesn't do anything by halves. He's doing this with an orchestra. And he does a whole load of quotes. And his version, as you'd expect, is completely amazing. We've got several triplet type licks. Up to third position, second finger on the B note. First finger next to it. 1, 2, 4. And one from Michael Cleveland, who seemingly was born to play the Orange Blossom Special. 4, 2, open, 4, 2, open. And then bring your fourth and second down a half step. Another one from Michael Cleveland is an A flat at the bottom with your first finger. And your third finger goes on a F sharp above it. So you lift them up a semitone and then take them down again. And this is something I'm pretty sure he learned from Vasser Clements. Let's just have those 3 together. And then finally, there's one, if you go right up to a high E, maybe with your second finger, which I think is the strongest, and do a kind of a bouncing bow. And then from that, with your first finger next to it, and then that kind of leads you on. It suggests that you do the saber dance. If you've not heard the saber dance, then you should. It's a lot of fun. So you could do, now with the fourth finger. I'm going to finish off by playing the basic melody which comes after that, and the most important, the key point for avoiding disaster is to get the band to hear that clearly, to know when you're actually going to change, because they've been playing at this point, sweating away, playing as fast as they can on a single chord, and they want to know that this is the moment when they change. So we go, we're going down a scale. Then it's into the main melody. And I'm not going to talk about this because that's not really the subject of the video. I did on Patreon a video of the basic melody, and that's what I'm going to play now. This is just my version that I played for many years. It's nothing special, but it is a simple workable version. So we'll finish off with this. Thank you for watching. If you would like a copy of the sheet music for this with all these licks, do send me an email and subscribe to the channel. If you want to join me on Patreon, you can get the backing track and all sorts of goodies, and you will help to keep these videos coming. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.